Com.
Hi, you're listening to my mom, Georgia Edson, on iCannabisRadio.com.
Howdy, it's Monday.
And our producer wasn't ready. He was signaling us, but wasn't ready. But yes, it is Monday. Way to go.
See. Anyway, Monday, November 25th, 2013, and it is Thanksgiving week. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
You know, at this current moment, I've learned to answer things in a different way. At this current moment, right now, not having a nervous breakdown, panic attack, none of that shit, I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I've had 4 lovely days of rest, much needed. We'll talk about why I had 2 days of rest.
Right.
Here soon. Although if you're in Colorado, you probably already know, or if you watch the news or on social media, you probably already know what happened last week on Thursday and Friday in Denver. Didn't affect me, other than I got 2 days off.
Did your mom cook you some soup or something? She did it?
No.
Good for her. You're a big boy. You can cook your own soup.
Yep.
Just because you're staying at home right now doesn't mean that she needs to be washing your panties and cooking your meals.
Nope. One, I don't wear underwear, but thank God, because before the show, we had discussed something disgusting about underwear and poop and
Who did? Oh, boys. See, this is what happens. This
boys,
studio.
nothing. It didn't. Yeah, Mythbusters did it.
Oh, I love that show. What did Mythbusters?
All right, Sam, come on over. Grab a microphone, sir, and tell us what you said
So
earlier.
Mythbusters did a show while Sam's getting to the mic about whether or not something can blow your socks off, and yes, your socks can be blown off. That's what it came. That's what it came to him.
I saw the redo episode where they had to go back and do it again to prove it that it could happen.
Yeah.
At the end, they showed that yes, it could happen, but it took a lot for that to happen.
Well, I want my socks to stay on.
Yeah.
So I know that the Mythbusters is going to have nothing to do with anything we're going to talk about on the show today, and I'm not opposed to talking about poop at all. I mean, that's fine by me.
This is just a quick little segment of nuggeted information.
But go ahead.
So apparently, I read on the internet, but also my grandmom told me.
It must be true.
My grandmom told me this a long time ago. I never really
Before the
believed it.
internet.
Well, yeah, before I read it on the internet, she said that, and I also read that we carry around at least like a half gram of poop all the time.
What do you mean we carry it around? What does that mean?
It's in our underwear. It's
No.
like it's in our fibers. Like that's what I read.
No.
So everybody. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that we might be carrying around out like a half gram. But also that when you flush yeah, I guess so. Like 2 people, that's a full gram.
God, you get 56 people. You've got it out. Oh my God.
Holy shit! Yeah.
No, because that doesn't. No.
There's also
That's fucked. Dude. I hope that's not true.
It's
this
not
is
true.
definitely true for Mythbusters. When you flush the toilet after you poop, you need to like make sure that the toilet seat's down because it's like a geyser if it's up.
The cover seat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, always, absolutely.
Yeah, 'cause
Particles.
there's poop particles.
Well, not just poop, because any particles.
Toilet particles.
When you flush,
Ugh.
things go up, and so if you keep your toothbrush in your bathroom,
Exactly.
yes,
It's on your toothbrush.
then you are brushing your teeth with infected.
Half a gram of poop is on your
I am
toothbrush.
totally going to the store tonight and restocking up on toothbrushes.
Well, you can
Just
do 2
keep
things
it
really
away
easily.
from
One,
me.
keep the seat down. It's aesthetically more pleasing anyway for the seat, the whole
I've been doing
cover
it
to be
for a
down.
while.
And 2, put your toothbrush into a cabinet,
Yes, medicine cabinet. Somewhere.
or put one of those travel caps on it.
travel cat.
When's the last time you brushed your teeth?
This morning's dude, fuck. You're so bad. I was trying not to think about it. So
Who uses your bathroom? Who do you share a bathroom
You know,
with?
at this point, it doesn't matter because
No,
I
no.
assume that everybody in here. Do
Your
you
dad?
Keep no. Do you keep the
Covered.
cupboard?
I
Really?
got like a little special thing for my Sonic toothbrush where it actually goes into the thing.
Nice.
And you close it. put it
Protects it from
Yeah,
poop.
we put our toothbrushes away and we close the lid. I've always closed the lid because I've always had dogs that would, if given the opportunity, drink out of the toilet. So I find that to be disgusting, and so we just naturally always put the cover down. It's just nicer to walk into a bathroom and not see the inside of a toilet
Exactly.
Well, I agree, but
or your poop covered toothbrush.
But we're
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, holy fuck. Does anybody have Banaka?
right. All right. Well, you know,
Ew is what I ew.
the horridly gross.
Yeah. Well, and I don't want to see the Mythbusters where they talk about what you carry around with you but I don't think that's true. I can't
Well,
imagine.
I
A
read
half
that.
a gram. Like, look, I mean, that could be that little pile right there.
Yeah,
That's that
okay.
much poop. That's a lot of fucking
That's a
poo.
lot
So
of-
I don't know.
that's
I
what I
don't know.
read.
That's
It
you'd
might
have to
be-
be really
It's
messy or
probably
hairy.
spread out,
That'd be-
throughout your clothes when you put it in the washer. It probably just gets spread throughout the fibers on your shirt.
Gross.
It's probably all
Sam,
over.
what's the
you.
matter with you? What's the matter with you
I'm
right
just
now?
Thinking logically.
No, you're not. You're not.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you really think that your shirt that you took out of your drawer this morning
No, it
has?
doesn't smell like poop.
Well, but you know, I have seen other documentaries where it shows like the dust mites, all the
Exactly.
variant things that are in the air
mites.
that we breathe and that is everywhere. You know, in fact, if you want to see something that'll make you never sleep again, which obviously right there says no, I don't want to see that. Thank you.
I didn't have to answer that.
I do.
Right, but just Google like bed dust mites.
Oh no.
Right,
Yeah.
and then when you put your head down on your pillow. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why you have to put your pillow through the dryer cycle every couple weeks to make sure that you kill any of the friends that move in. Same with all your bedding and yeah,
I think it just fluffs it up and makes it smell really nice. But
it does that too.
It
but it
kills
also
things, which is nice. So
Yeah.
it's a threefer. It's a threefer for your pillow. So there's some fucked up information to start off our show this evening.
yeah.
So,
I didn't expect that.
so happy holidays.
Right.
This is our last show before Thanksgiving for us.
It is our last. It is the last Monday night show before Thanksgiving, and last Thursday was kind of a crazy day in Colorado. Please anyone who has I know where I was on 9/11 day, and I know where I was when Kennedy was shot, and all those kinds of things. I mean, don't take offense, but last Thursday was one of those days where I think a lot of people who work in the medical marijuana industry will remember kind of what they were doing and where they were the day that we got that our industry got raided.
Yeah. Because that doesn't it generally doesn't happen in Colorado. We've been the state that's been able to look at everybody else getting raided and say, well,
Whew.
thank God it's not us.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, obviously, your heart goes out to anybody that's getting raided. Obviously, any of us in the industry here were facing it last week. It was scary, even sitting at home. Like I was telling you, sitting at home, I was like, fuck, are we doing anything wrong? Are they going to come to my house?
Right.
You know, like fuck, who knows? Then that helicopter flying by and it's like, yay, look at that.
I mean, your mind definitely goes crazy. So here's what happened. Here's what happened last Thursday from a social media standpoint. All of a sudden there was a lot of Facebook chatter about the feds doing some raids of a dispensary. The one that was on the news was VIP Cannabis, located at Federal and Alameda in Denver. And the footage and the still shots were of DEA agents taking U-Haul boxes out of the store that they had broken into, and filled up a U-Haul truck. Simultaneously, there were several other places in the Denver and Boulder area that were also raided by a combination. DEA was in charge of the raid, and they received protection from the Boulder police and the Denver police, and they were focusing on a warehouse in Boulder that where there were, I think, 6 medical marijuana businesses or tenants in this warehouse. They all had significant amounts of plants taken. You'll see in the video that we'll show that VIP Cannabis had a significant amount of product taken. And what was happening was on the internet, all these rumors were going out. This place is being raided, and this place is being raided, and this place is being raided, and oh my gosh, and go home, if you're working in the industry. And I mean, people were really up in arms because there was a large contingency of people who felt like this was somehow random, and that there was reason to be nervous because there's no way that this was kind of the culmination of a long-term investigation or what have you, which is pretty much what it turned out to be. That it sounds like all of the businesses that were raided were either close together in proximity or owned by a single owner group. And let me pull my article. So just like what always happens with social media, at first there's very little information and people speculate and say they think something happened, and all of a sudden 5 posts later that's being repeated as fact. But it was this ongoing thing that was happening as people were working in their businesses, they were working in their grows, they were working in their stores, and hearing about all these places being raided, and everyone was kind of looking out their doors wondering what was going to happen and who was next. And the news, and then there's a whole cadre of people who were also saying things like, well, in August, the feds promised that they weren't going to mess with us anymore, that we were pretty much good to go unless we didn't follow one of the whatever 8 rules that the federal government laid out, that were their ultimate priorities. So let me really quick, before our first break, I'll read you the Denver Post article, and then we'll kind of talk about what's happening. So this all happened Thursday morning into Friday, and then pieces of the puzzle started to come together late Friday and more today. But
it was our first real snowstorm too. So it's like, here, look, snow.
Right? Oh,
Man.
that was, I got to say, that was kind of funny. It was one of the coldest days we've had this season. And these guys are out
cutting down trees.
Oh my gosh, the footage, we'll show a little bit of the footage. I mean, it was sad to see a bulldozer or backhoe or whatever you call them bulldozing the cut plants and throwing it into a big dumpster to be hauled away. To where? I don't know. Where do you my house? Like, what do you do with that? What do you do with it?
God, what a waste. It's so hard to even think about it.
And these looked to me like, I mean, you couldn't really tell, but sort of big vegging plants. I mean,
some of the pictures look like, I mean, I think I even saw them quoted, but some of them look like Christmas trees. Like they had snow on them. They looked like they were all big, and it's like, wow, really?
These were big.
I mean, these would have, fuck.
These were big. Just as an aside, so the way that you get a license for a medical marijuana dispensary in Colorado is you apply for a license based on the number of patients that you expect to or want to serve. So if you have a Type 1 license, you can serve up to 300 members. And VIP Cannabis was a Type 3, so you kind of have, you can serve anyone, you can have more than 500 patients. So multiply that by a minimum of 6 plants a person, and you can have a pretty big grow and a pretty big business. But this article that I read said that there's only 20 of those in the state. I mean, they're expensive. You pay more for the size of the license that you're going to buy. It's sort of a pay to play model. Although you still have to have patience. You can't just because you buy a big license doesn't mean you get to grow that number of plants. But this is one of only 20 in the state of the big fat licenses. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Fed raids on Colorado marijuana businesses seek ties to Colombia drug cartels. This is what's come out since Thursday. 6 weeks before the nation's first retail marijuana shops opened in Colorado, federal authorities on Thursday raided more than a dozen Denver metro area marijuana facilities and 2 homes. No one knew about the homes on Thursday. In the largest federal raid on Colorado marijuana businesses since medical marijuana became legal, federal law enforcement agents, with an assist from local police officers, executed search and seizure warrants at multiple dispensaries and cultivation facilities, at least a dozen in Denver alone. Agents also raided 2 private residences, according to the source speaking to the Denver Post, on the condition of anonymity. I always love that part. Federal officials won't give specific reasons for the raids, other than to say that one of the 8 federal concerns around marijuana have potentially been violated. These concerns include trafficking marijuana outside of the state where it's been legalized and money laundering. A search warrant obtained by the Post identifies 10 target subjects associated with the raids. An attorney for one of the targets said his client did nothing wrong. He said he follows state regulations closely. If an attorney is saying my client is, super duper guilty, then he's not a very good attorney, I would imagine, right? You just don't call up the press and say, hey, yeah, I represent so-and-so, and my client, he's a douchebag. They took $1 million worth of plants from his facility, said Wolrab, who represents Laszlo Baggy, owner of the Swiss Medical in Boulder. They didn't leave any instructions saying don't replant. There was no court order of cease and desist, no explanation. Outside, Swiss Medical agents left a pile of seized marijuana stacked in the snow like Christmas trees until a front-end loader scooped it up and hauled it away. Walrab said that the agents were also raiding Baggy's grow facilities in Commerce City, and the effects will likely bankrupt his clients. Another raid targeted one of the largest dispensaries in the state, VIP Cannabis. Broken glass from a shattered front window littered the parking lot while masked agents hauled boxes of evidence into a U-Haul truck. Police turned customers away. That's so funny that we're in a place in Colorado where seeing police outside of a dispensary doesn't automatically deter customers. like you see a bunch of police cars, and rather than being like, wow, I'm not going to stop there, the police had to say, no, they're not open. We're here. They're not open. Another raid, the president of VIP, which was formed in 2009, is identified in state records as Carlos Solano. Luis Uribe is identified as the vice president. Neither could be reached for comment Thursday, although the piece that we're going to show after the first break is actually these two giving a statement. Both men are identified as target subjects in the search warrant, which gave authorities the go-ahead to seize everything from pot plants and cash to financial records, safes, and computer flash drives. Also named in the search warrant were Geraldo Uribe, Chris Jancho, David Furtado, Juan. I don't want to butcher these guys' last names. Guadarrama, Carlos Solano, and then Jared. I don't know. I mean, these names don't mean anything to us anyway, and I'm just going to offend them by trying to pronounce them properly. Efforts to reach them were not successful. State business records tie Bringhurst to a grow warehouse on Elizabeth Street in Denver that was raided on Thursday. According to a man at the property who declined to be identified, the grow is associated with a dispensary called Golden Goat Wellness in Denver. Bringhurst is identified as the dispensary's registered agent. So before we go on the first break, the conditions that the federal government was concerned about and the ones in which they say that they would be involved in our medical marijuana business is if 8 of the following concerns were met by an owner's action. Distribution to minors, revenue from marijuana sales going to criminal enterprises, gangs, and cartels, diversion of marijuana to other states from those where it's legal, violence in the use of firearms in the cultivation and distribution of marijuana, state-authorized marijuana activity being used as a cover or pretext for illegal drug trafficking, drugged driving and the exacerbation of other adverse public health consequences, growing on public lands, and possession on federal property. So to me, those 8 are pretty wide, and you could fit a lot of things that happen into those 8. But we'll talk more about after the break about which of these may have been the kicker for these raids. So I think we'll be right back. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Poop.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. Runongrass.com.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
Drink a coffee cup from here.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah. Something about coffee cups.
Coffee cups. So do you want to see this video?
Yes, I want to see.
The video that we're going to show was actually from Friday. So it doesn't have all of the most recent information, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. Ready, aim, fire.
Have ties to Colombian drug cartels.
Federal agents raided several dispensaries in Denver and Boulder on Thursday, but no one's been arrested yet. In the process, the raids left dozens of workers without jobs. Here's 9 Wants to Know investigator Rev Ripley.
9 Wants to Know has been trying since Thursday to get a hold of the owners of VIP Cannabis here at Federal in Alameda. Today I spoke with the owners for the first time, and they strongly deny any allegations that they're funneling money to Colombian cartels. We watched federal agents pulling out box after box from VIP Cannabis on Thursday during the largest federal raid since medical marijuana became legal in Colorado. Agents hit several marijuana businesses in Denver and Boulder. All case documents are sealed. Sources close to the investigation tell 9 Wants to Know agents are gathering evidence, trying to prove profits made from cannabis grow operations in Colorado are flowing back to Colombian drug cartels. We spoke with 2 people named in the federal search warrant, VIP Cannabis President Carlos Solano and owner Gerardo Uribe. Both men are not charged with any crime and asked not to be shown on camera. You'll hear their voices but won't see their faces. Solano and Uribe claim to run an honest business with no drug cartel ties of any kind.
If we were in a cartel, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
If you were in a cartel, you wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be this business. You might be stupid to get into this business, be part of a cartel. I mean, camera, IRS. I mean, who would even get into this business, be part of a cartel? That would be the stupid decision.
Solano and Uribe tell 9 Wants to Know federal agents took more than $2 million worth of marijuana from their businesses, forcing them to lay off almost 100 employees at 2 dispensary locations. They plan to partially reopen within the next week, but will only do a fraction of their normal business. Solano and Uribe feel the feds targeted them for running a successful business as one of the largest marijuana dispensaries in Colorado. Federal sources are being pretty tight-lipped about their investigation, but we do know that nobody has yet been arrested and nobody has been charged in connection with Thursday's raids, although the investigation does continue. In Denver, Will Ripley, 9 News.
Now, what's a little bit different is there has been an arrest made, and we'll talk about that in a second. But, you know, I find it really interesting that, I mean, it's not a bad argument. If you are going to be part of a cartel, would you give all of your information to the state of Colorado and register and pay all of that money to have an upfront business? I mean, on some level, I think their argument makes a little bit of sense. But on the other side, well, then if you're growing marijuana, no one's going to question you because guess what? You have a license to grow marijuana.
Right.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I feel bad for these guys on one level, but you know, I don't believe that the feds are just like, I think that I'm going to.
It's like the second commercial that spammed our our thing, producer.
See what happens when I pay him before the show.
I told you. You never tip your waiter beforehand. You tip them afterwards.
Right.
Not that you're our waiter, but the metaphor still stands.
So, but the reality is that in order to go through all of that, I would imagine that there was a lot of evidence pointing to the direction of something not on the up and up. In the most updated information that we have right now, Feds Arrest 1 seized guns and ammo in Colorado marijuana raids. This is as of today. Federal authorities seized 5 assault rifles, 5 handguns, a shotgun, and a large cache of ammunition during a search last week of a home in connection with a major raid on medical marijuana businesses in Denver, according to a court document unsealed today. In the document, federal investigations also disclose openly for the first time that last week's raids targeted about 15 locations. During the raids, authorities arrested 49-year-old Hector Diaz. I pronounced that properly, there we go, Hector. A Colombian national, according to the document. Diaz was charged Friday with being in possession of a firearm after having been admitted to the U.S. under a non-immigration visa. So he wasn't arrested for drug trafficking or any of those kinds of things. He was arrested for the possession of a firearm. Moving on.
But why did they raid him?
Well, right.
How did they get to the firearm?
Right. I mean, that's it's like every big criminal has finally gone down because they didn't pay their taxes or what have you, as opposed to, bank robber getting caught in the act.
Right.
Appearing in court on Monday afternoon, Diaz was advised of the charge against him and ordered held until Wednesday, when a new hearing will determine whether he should be released and at which point more information about the raids will likely be disclosed. Diaz's attorney, Abe Hutt, argued that Diaz have been released immediately, blah, blah, blah. Prosecutor MJ Menendez. Now, did you hear what his name is? MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that's a coincidence?
Completely.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's a good coincidence.
It is.
The new details on Monday about the raids come after a criminal complaint filed against Diaz. An affidavit filed in support of the complaint notes that federal agents seized a loaded gun from an occupant during the raid on the swanky Cherry Hills Village home where Diaz was arrested. The affidavit did not identify the occupant. According to the complaint, investigators had, prior to the raid, obtained a photo of Diaz holding 2 semi-automatic rifles. Oh, I thought I printed out the picture. It's pretty funny. He's going like this, and he's wearing a DEA hat. Don't do that. Don't do that. On Sunday, an attorney for one of the owners of the dispensary, VIP Wellness, sent a letter to the Colorado U.S. Attorney John Walsh proclaiming his client's innocence. So the search warrants were executed against lawfully operated medical marijuana dispensaries, the attorney says. This is Uribe's attorney. Sources have told the Denver Post that investigators are looking into possible links between the dispensary and Colombian drug cartels. According to the complaint filed in Diaz's case, most of the weapons said authorities seized at the Cherry Hills Village home were loaded, as well as thousands of rounds of assorted ammunition. So the swanky home, according to the Denver Post, where this Colombian national was, and they had a bunch of guns and ammunition, and that's what they found after all of these raids on Friday. Right, I know. But part of what we wanted to talk about, so there's what happened, and there's the craziness. But what happened for a lot of people is what we started off talking about, which is there was this real sense of uneasiness, and there was this real sense of gosh, is something going to happen? Because we have been so insulated here. We felt so safe.
It really does. We've gotten pretty comfortable with the thought that you can walk up to a police officer and be like, here, look at my bag of weed. Okay, well, I'm going to go now.
Bag of weed.
Right. That should be our theme song.
That should be.
But that's really the case right now, is that we got so comfortable that this happening was just like the roof falling in. It's like,
Right.
wait, what the fuck's happening? How is this? No, so it was a great day to have the day off. When my coworker called or texted and said, hey, we're gonna take today off because or the boss said we're going to take today off just to be safe, that people shouldn't go in. And then he was preaching that on his, posts. And so I started to too, because it's like, damn, that's smart advice. The best way to not get arrested, don't be there.
Right.
Whether you're doing something right or wrong. If you're doing something wrong, apparently they're going to come to your house and find you anyway. But, on the other hand, we're all still federally illegal. Although I still don't understand that particular point. Because how is it illegal federally and the federal government doesn't recognize it as medicine? But wait a minute. Where's marijuana legal?
Washington,
Medical marijuana?
D.C.
Oh, shit. Washington, D.C. is not even... What state is that in? Right. It's not in a state. So it's its own area. So it's not like, oh, Virginia voted for it, so Washington, D.C. by default no. They're their own. They're a city state. They're their own entity. They voted for it. Medical marijuana is legal in Washington, D.C. Yet it is illegal in the rest of the country federally, and it's still not recognized as medicine. How is that possible?
That seems pretty funked up.
Yeah.
Should we take a quick break? All right. On that note, we're going to take a break. We'll get back. I think Jeremy's going to pee. We'll tell you after the break.
I have a rumor I want to talk about when we get back.
Oh, cool.
And it's
we love
really
rumors.
awesome. Yes, especially this one. It's going to be so awesome.
You're pregnant?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't even have a good follow-up joke for that.
The Law Office of Edson, Maton, and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson, Maton, and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
High up in the Rockies is beautiful Frisco, Colorado. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is a medical marijuana center with compassion for Colorado's medical patients. Looking for great meds grown organically in soil? You've come to the right place. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is just off I-70 at exit 203. Check them out at the web at www.mmrockies.com. Their ever-changing strain and clone selection is updated on the website daily. When making a trip to the mountains, no matter the season, stop by Medical Marijuana of the Rockies. Make sure you say you heard about them on iCannabis Radio. You can call 970-668-MEDS to get more information. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, your mountain source for meds.
Hi, you're listening to my mom, Georgia Edson, on iCannabisRadio.com.
And for those of you, we're listening to Jeremy also. Gavin just needs to update our bumper.
I like that thing. That's great.
Okay. Rumor?
Oh, rumor. So, rumors. Because rumors sometimes, most of the time suck. But every great now and then, you can get a little bit of rumor and you're like, ooh, that's good. But it's not really a rumor, but I'm just presenting it as one. So I was at work today, and we were discussing let's get right to it. We were discussing something along the lines of the Jenny Kush bar. So, but it's not. Now, we could do a new creation, or we're pondering the very possibility of taking one of her recipes and putting it into mass production.
That's exciting.
Would be really cool. And so the owner, see, that's what's really cool in this industry, okay? Because when you're in the regular people industry, the regular folks sector, you, like, if you work at a gas station, or if you work at a restaurant, or if you work at I was going to say MCI, are they even around, or didn't they fall, like Enron? Like,
I don't even know what MCI is.
It's World Telecommunications.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, they must not be around. Whatever. Regardless of wherever it is that you work, if you want to change something, or if you want to do something, if you're like, hey, let's add something to this shitty menu, well, we can't do that because we're corporate, or it's got to go through this or that, you know. But in this industry, you probably sit down and smoke a joint with the owner, you know. So
Not on your licensed facility,
no,
but
not on premises.
No, but in someone's home. Unless you're in Denver, and then we'll talk about that later too.
Right. But I mean, in a private setting, whatever, you know. But you could sit down and you know, not like your normal boss that walks by and you've got 6 bosses and you have to be told to make sure that you remember to use your new cover sheets for the TPS reports. You can sit down and talk to your boss, and he's not even my boss. He's just the owner of the company for Medically Correct. So who's an awesome guy. Like, it's fun to sit down and just talk to him, because, like, okay, so you own this whole big thing. You got this whole gig going on here. And we're just bullshitting. I don't know. It's hard to explain just how nice and chill some things are. This whole industry is the best environment. That's why it's sad when it's getting raided, because it's like, fuck, this is great. I mean, I wake up and it's like, fuck, I got to go to work in 3 hours. How awesome.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so that means I've got 2 hours to get my shit together, to, you know, get focused for the day and get out and get to my job that is not even my job. It's more like a hobby.
That pays you your bills.
That pays my bills and has been for quite a long time. So it's wonderful.
So Medically Correct is thinking about taking Jenny's recipe and marketing
and producing it
and
putting it out there.
That's awesome.
And so,
have you picked a recipe, or you're?
Well, no, I want to go home and look and see what it is that I can find. I mean, I already know which one I want, but I don't think she wrote down a recipe for it. But I want the Kush Cats.
What's that?
The Kush Cat bars. Oh my god.
Like a Kit Kat?
Yeah, like her homemade Kit Kats. They were just, holy shit, is the best damn treat. It's my favorite. And she didn't make any towards the end. You know, she's like, she knew she had to. They were on the to-do list. But I don't know what the secret was to her. You know, bits and pieces of the things that are in it. I know some of the secrets, but I tried to always make sure to keep that distance from her, you know, in respecting that and saying, here, your secrets are your treasures, you know, and that keeps, you know, like, I don't want to see your password. I don't want to see this. I don't want to know that. That's for you. When she kept trying to share it with me, now I fucking regret it, you know. So
they'll figure out something great. I think that's wonderful. I think that's a great secret.
So I've just I've just got to dig through the couple of boxes where I think the recipes are of hers that I've found and kept, and see if I can go through. I'm pretty sure that I have the Snickers recipe, which she made a couple different versions of those. The one with the macadamia nuts. Holy shit! I mean,
Chris liked that one too.
Yeah, those things were amazing. So that might be, especially if I have the recipe for it, that might be one of the winner ones, because that's right along the lines of it all. The initial idea came up to do like banana bread, but that's got a much shorter shelf life. Mm-hmm. There was a point in time when Jenny was making 2,000 milligram banana bread loaves that were this big. Right, like one bite was easily, I mean, a quality normal bite for a dude, well, you know, would be at least a half a gram to a gram. You know, like if you were to, you know, I mean, you're fucked. A half an hour later, you're fucked.
I had it.
Right? Remember when she was doing those testers, and the first ones tasted terrible, but it was like NyQuil. It's perfect, you know. You eat it and you're like, okay, fuck, that's really strong. I don't need to eat more. I'm good.
I had to put my pajamas on.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, you'd eat just a little slice. Well, then she figured out, oh, well, I'll do something to this, you know, add a little something, work a little magic. She's like, here, try this one. She made a new series of loaves, and you're like, oh, my God, did you not put any hash in this? She's like, oh, no, there's 2,000 milligrams in that little loaf. And
wow.
It's like,
that sounds
you
awesome.
saw how much I just ate, right? She's like, yeah. But you like to do that. And I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome.
But still, like to know, because it was a lot. It was a ride, but that was fun. It's fun living with somebody that bakes, because they come out and they're like, here, test this, and you know, 1 out of 100 times it's something where you're like, oh, no, you know, that means that 99 times it's fucking awesome. So you know, that yeah, what can you say?
Well, I look forward to hearing about the progress of that. Kind of tangentially.
And he said that they would donate like half the profits from each bar forever to the kids fund.
That's even better.
So
that's
put
even
that out
better.
there. Yeah.
So it's that time of year where the Cannabis Business Awards are going to be. Last year, this is the second annual. Last year, it was a lot of fun, and there's an Activist of the Year award that has been renamed.
So speaking of
right,
Jenny Cush, the award at the Cannabis Business Awards for the Activist of the Year is now called the Jenny Cush Activist of the Year Award. So whoever gets that this year will get
to poop rainbows for a year.
Absolutely. You get the absolute privilege of pooping rainbows.
Yeah. So we're really excited because not only is the award ceremony on December 18th, which is our producer Chris Rosales' birthday, which is a fantastic way for him to celebrate his birthday.
See, I was going to talk shit, and I dropped my soda, so now I can't even open it.
I'm going to leave him alone. But iCannabis Radio is going to be there. Jeremy's going to be there working the Jenny Cush table. I will be giving out awards as I did last year. Nominations are open. Feel free to nominate. Go to the cannabisbusinessawards.com, and you can walk through going in and nominating people for all of these different categories. There is best product, there's best political figure, there's all kinds of interesting things, as well as this Activist of the Year. There's some MVP awards, which is sort of a more generic, just people who are really good to the industry. And last year we gave away 5 of those awards, which is a pretty nice way just to recognize people who do a lot of great things for the furtherment of cannabis. And it will take place at Castleman's again this year. And with the purchase of a ticket, not only is this a fully catered event, but there's apparently going to be champagne fountains. Did you know this?
I did not.
Yeah, champagne. Who doesn't like a champagne fountain? That's just a cool thing. Although now that I'm worried about poop particles in the air.
Right. Don't breathe.
Well, but it's a fountain, and so it's been circulating, and
it's like a geyser.
It's a poop geyser.
It's in the air.
Holy Schmidt.
So I'm not sure I'll be drinking any of that, but that's okay. I probably wouldn't anyway.
So I got a list here.
Yeah, let's hear the categories.
So there's the Jenny Cush Activist of the Year Award, Most Valuable Advocate, Pioneer of the Year, Most Influential Individual, Hemp Industry's Most Influential Individual, Jason Love, excuse me, Cannabis Industry Leader, 2013, Most Valuable Cannabis Organization, Most Valuable Nonprofit, Most Valuable Political Industry Representative, Most Appreciated Elected Official Supporting Cannabis. I'd have to go with Jared Polis on that one. It's pretty easy. Most Advanced Industry Technology Award, Invention of the Year. I'm digging this thing, this carb cap.
When did this get invented? This Silpat thing?
Those have been around for a long time.
Oh, they have?
They use those in kitchens, but they just recently,
like
over the last
sheets, that's what I was saying,
couple years, have been brought into this industry.
They're smart. They're very smart. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see. People's Choice for Best Infused Product Manufacturer. Most Valuable Cannabis Business, People's Choice. Most Valuable Industry Small Business, People's Choice. People's Choice for Best MMC. Manager of the Year. Bud Tender of the Year. Product of the Year. Artist of the Year. See, I'm gonna keep going here, but I just wanted to point out how awesome this industry is because, 9 out of 10 times, if you're not in this industry, your job just is not this cool. People aren't nominating, Best Telemarketer of the Year. How many? You got through to 17 people in one day. Congratulations. You are our winner. Anyways, so we got Artist of the Year, Industry Events of the Year, Most Valuable Media Source, iCannabis Radio. That's an easy one. See, let's have some high fives for that one.
Yep.
And then there's 5 MVP awards. So then you nominate your 5 peeps, and then there's a few other questions. I don't want to spoil the whole thing.
Right.
But that's your general nomination categories right there. It's 22 plus the 5 MVP ones. So it's a way for you to go to work in whatever industry or whatever part of the industry that you're in, and work a little bit harder for, if nothing else, just to see if people notice. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but sometimes it's kind of fun.
And it's a fun event. And what's nice about this event is it's also a charitable fundraiser, raising money for the Cash Hyde Foundation and for the Realm of Caring.
Correct.
So your money doesn't just go to pay for the champagne fountain. It actually goes to help some pretty respected charities in our little realm of the world.
Right.
See what I did? Realm. Got that?
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. We were going to try to have Chloe in here to talk about it tonight, but Rudy, her puppy, is sick.
Yeah.
So she couldn't make it in tonight. We're going to try to get her in here sometime before the actual event to talk more about it. So.
Yep, and we'll be there the night of. We're going to take our last commercial break and come back and tell you a little bit about what's going on the rest of the week, and then something that was going on in Denver today.
Whether you are a commercial grower or cultivate as a hobby, No Dough Urban Garden Supply is Denver's first stop for your hydroponic grow needs. With a wide range of products including House and Garden, Botanicare, and Fox Farm, their knowledgeable staff can get you started on your first garden or help you with your well-established business. No Dough Urban Garden Supply is located in downtown Denver at 1330 27th Street, 4 blocks north of Coors Field near MMD of Colorado. They are open 6 days a week from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 303-296-3424 or visit them on the web at www.nodoughurbangardensupply.com.
The National Cannabis Industry Association would like to thank its members who represent the leading professional businesses in America's emerging legal cannabis market. NCIA is the only organization that has unified legitimate cannabis business across the nation to fight for real reform in Washington, D.C. For more information or to make your business a member, visit us online at thecannabisindustry.org.
Hi, welcome back. So,
God, that shit happens so fast sometimes. You know, you just kick back and you're like, oh, yay, hey, guess what, this and that. Start talking about some of the treats Jenny would make, and it's like, oh, shit, our 5-second commercial is over. You know, 5-second commercial break. I know it's like 60 seconds, but seriously, it goes by like a fart in the wind.
hopefully.
As if it's a good one. So.
Yeah. So Denver City Council is meeting right now. They were meeting starting at 5:30 to talk.
That was today.
Rights.
Oh, damn it.
Rights. To talk about the home pot
boundaries.
smoking ban.
Yeah.
Rights.
Because they want to still make it illegal in the front yard. And it's like, well, if you can still...
It appears to be one specific council person is really struggling, and her name is Jeannie Robb, R-O-B-B. Make sure you send her an email or call her office, because she would really like to all out and out ban smoking in front of a house, on the front yard, in the front porch, or a balcony if it could be visible from the public street or sidewalk.
So that means if you live in an apartment building and you can't smoke inside, you have to go out to your balcony. It means that you wouldn't be able to smoke out there, but you can smoke cigarettes, which we all know kill people.
And you could drink a beer. Hopefully, they'll do more of what Aspen just passed. And Aspen just essentially said, you can drink a beer on your front porch. You can drink a beer in your balcony. You can drink a beer in your front yard. So therefore, you can consume marijuana in those places as well.
Like a restaurant too?
No.
Drink a beer at a restaurant?
Not even.
That would have been
We'll
cool
get there
for
eventually.
them.
It's going to take some time. Right now, we're still trying to run, and we're back to the baby steps. You know, we cleared this monumental milestone, really.
They should allow for smoking, because then you'd eat more, and then you'd never leave.
Well, here's the thing to me. and I'm not really arguing this, but it's like smoking cigarettes. If you're smoking in a restaurant,
I agree.
I mean, unless it's a restaurant, that is just a smoking restaurant or what, it bothers other people. Whether you're a smoker or not, you may not want to smell someone else's cannabis smoke when you're eating your pasta.
I obviously smoke, but we were at.
He obviously smokes.
Clearly, we were at a specific 5-star restaurant downtown. I'm not going to mention any names. During the Secret Cup festivities, and had a makers dinner, where all the hash makers had dinner at this specific restaurant. And while they're still serving us, when other people are done, they're starting to rip on their vape pens, and it's starting to smell in there, and it's like, ooh, that's kind of irritating. And it's like, damn, And then I heard that they went back the next night or two, one of the days, and they brought out full rigs, e-nails.
Oh, really?
And it's like, holy shit, you guys, this is a fucking 5-star restaurant. I mean,
and no one said anything.
At nighttime, it's $60 a plate, bare minimum, and that's not counting your automatic gratuity, your drink, your $5-10 drink, and if you're drinking alcohol, break out the gold card, and it's like, so that's Denver for you. That doesn't mean that you can do that in every restaurant. Please, for the love of God, don't think that you can come to Colorado and just plop down an e-nail at any restaurant and do that. You have to.
And don't be angry if they say no to you. Don't
expect that.
Yeah,
please.
I mean, it's not about, to me at least, that kind of thing isn't about being opposed to smoking. It's opposed to smoking in that environment where it's going to affect other people. This whole thing with Jeannie Robb about not wanting people to see it, I mean, that's just ludicrous. But don't govern what I do. I pay taxes on my front yard. It's mine.
Well, right. I mean, at what point? I mean, I already know that there's, like, Broomfield, I think the whole city is under like a HOA type of ordeal, where the code enforcement drives by and says, oh, your grass is too high. Oh, you've got a car with a plate that's expired. Oh, you're working on it? Too bad. Get it plated.
Right.
Or move it, or this or that, and all these things. And it's like, well, wait, this is my property. That's my car. Fuck you. Just because the plates aren't current, it's not on the street. It's on my own fucking property. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't have on my own property? I mean, it's not like it's leaking oil. It's not on fire, I mean, I'm trying to fix the fucking thing.
But devil's advocate, like, when you move there, you sign up.
Ah, no, you already live there, and they passed these laws that.
Well, that's a different story.
Right.
Then
like, it wasn't that way in the beginning. Broomfield was like most
Wild
other
West.
free places where it's like, oh, you bought a house? Oh, sweet. Do what you got to do. It's your property. That square little area is yours. Just whatever. That's why you have to send people in on the cat lady. It's like your house. You have 75 cats. There's cat piss smell for 2 blocks away. My friends know when they're close because they just stop coming over, and they drive elsewhere. I don't know. Fucking crazy cat people.
Right. We want to put a shout out to the CBD Education Forum happening December 9th.
Oh, yeah. So if you've tuned in before, we've talked about the cbdeducation.org website. That event is going on in I can talk, I swear. In Washington, Illinois. That's where whenever I see that, I'm like, wait, something's not right.
Right, Washington, Illinois.
On December 9th at 7:30, from 7:30 to 9:30. Tickets are $10 to the event, and you'll be helping tornado victims. You'll be learning. There's lots of good speakers. So I just wanted to bring it up again. Just go to cbdeducation.org. Check it out, especially if you live in the Illinois area. But otherwise, it's just something that there's resources, there's plenty of things, there's lots of stuff to learn. So please, start learning.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the rest of the week,
we're getting closer to the return of IDAB Radio.
December 11th.
Yes, it's coming up pretty quick. Time is starting to. Well, I want to say it's starting to pick up, and I always want to say that in those moments where it's going fast, but it's not always doing that. So what else is going on this week, though?
Well, of course, Wednesday from 11 to 1 is the Adam Dunn Show.
Is he here? Like, he didn't go out to Amsterdam for the Cup this
Nope.
week? Okay.
Nope. Thursday is typically the Hemp Connoisseur, but on Thanksgiving, iCannabis Radio is going to be dark. Friday, Reefer Madness with Citizen J and Mark from 6:30 to 7:30. Of course, every Monday in the lab with Jennifer from 3 to 4 p.m. And guess what else happens on Mondays?
The craziest, most wing it show on iCannabis Radio, the most awesome people ever, Georgia, and this guy right here.
And this guy?
This
Absolutely.
guy. See,
Absolutely.
yeah.
From 7 to 8 p.m., of course.
And you never know what you're going to get with us unless we tell you, and then you still might get just a little taste of this.
I know we tell you all the time, and you still don't expect it, right?
Right.
We want to thank our sponsors, Mile High Wellness, Noto Urban Garden Supply, Edson Maitland and Mats, Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, and Cuffle Collmore and Company, and of course, Run on Grass. And as always, it's been a pleasure. Don't forget to put in your nomination for the Cannabis Business Awards at cannabisbusinessawards.com.
And try to stay alive on Black Friday. Are you going out shopping on Black Friday?
I don't like to shop on any day. I do not care to shop, so no.
I like to online shop. I like
On
to
Black
sit
Friday?
at home. Well,
Or in
no,
general?
In general. It's just easier. One, because I want to say if you do it enough, you have packages showing up all the time, but then that just sounds fucking stupid. If you shop enough online, and you stagger it just right, you can spend your whole paycheck in a day and a half. No, but it's great to shop at home. One, you can sit in your PJs, or you can do it butt naked. The mailman shows up with gifts. He's like, here, you got to sign for this package. And you're like, sweet, thank you. And you go and you're like, what did I get today? Oh, shit, a T-shirt I ordered 3 months ago. I totally forgot about that. I was going to just contest that charge. Thought it was stolen.
Score.
But yeah. So, that was easy. The producer,
Are you going Black Friday shopping, Chris?
you and your girl going Black Friday shopping, or you going skiing?
Snowboarding. He doesn't know how to ski. You
Going,
can't do it.
going to the hills. What about you, Sam?
Isn't there Cyber Monday on Monday? I'll
There-
probably wait for that.
I thought
buy
Cyber
anything.
Monday would be sweet last year. I'm like, fuck, I'm ready for Cyber Monday. Everyone's talking about it. I'm ready for it. It
They
was
forget about it.
nothing. Like,
Oh,
websites
that's nice.
are like, well, you can have $2 off.
What about
that
video
TV.
games?
Shit. I don't know.
So I can get my video. I get a nice Game Boy.
I saw a sweet video collection of Xboxes, the new Xbox Ones. They've been out for a couple days, and the video collaboration was
Probably get those.
the disk drive fuck ups. Pop in the disc and it's and it would show, like, this video showed a bunch of different Xboxes over and over and over and over, and the last one just lasted forever, and it just cut out, and it's like, all right, sweet. So your $500 brand new unit that every single video game system release, that the first edition that comes out catches on fire, ejects the disc too harsh, something is always screwed up.
So wait.
Why do people I gotta have it right away?
Wait. Definitely
Sweet.
wait.
Then don't bitch when it's fucked up, because you know it's gonna be. Don't get it for your kids either, because you don't want to start nothing on fire.
No.
So wait till the version 2 comes out.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, before we leave, I got something we should end this on.
Sure.
We'll go around the room here, and I would like to hear one
Here we
thing
go.
of what everybody's thankful for. Hey, coming from me, this is some fucked up shit, because I'm fuck everybody.
All right, Chris, you go first.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy without the microphone. Come on.
Come on, Chris. What are you
You
thankful
got to
for?
yell it, too.
I'm thankful for knowing all you guys and being part of the iCannabis family.
I don't know if I believe that, but
I think that was a cop out.
That-
I mean, I think he
that was
believes.
a cop
I think
out.
he is very. I think he is happy to have friends and a job and all that kind of stuff. But really,
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it.
no.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you. You think of something that's fucking believable. All right, Sam.
All right, Sam.
Oh boy.
You already heard how we tore Chris apart.
So we're gonna judge whatever you're thankful for.
I don't know. I can't myself. Oh, there I am.
I'm thankful that Chris can mute people.
I don't know what I'm thankful. No, I don't. It's all the activists, the people that that aren't afraid to tell the truth, and then we have this nice industry because of them, and I get to be a part of that. So that's what I can truly say. I'm grateful for that. Because in the past, I'd say I'm grateful for the turkey. It tastes delicious, but you know, I didn't feel that I was grateful for it. But now I am grateful for all you guys.
Okay, he's believable.
Thank you.
That was much more believable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got to work on your delivery.
Oh.
All right, Jer.
Me, you know, I'm not 100% there yet, and I may not be ever. I don't expect to be, but I would be able to say that I'm relatively thankful that I'm still alive, that I survived that crash. It was almost 3 months ago. This Saturday night, it'll be 3 months. So it's hard to be thankful when half didn't make it. And so, you know, I'm searching for gratitude. I saw Fight Club a long time ago. Everybody's seen it. And there's that part where Brad Pitt has the gun in that guy's mouth, the store clerk's mouth, or whatever, and they end up gives him back his wallet, whatever, takes his ID, says, "I'm going to come check in on you if you're not," whatever. The moral of it is that he said, "Why'd you do that? That was insane." He said, "Well, because tomorrow's going to be the best breakfast he ever had, the best, everything." And it's like I was inches away from death, and I just haven't entirely felt that. Like oh, everything's just so glorious because it's so weighted down by the loss of Jenny that it's hard to find anything inside me that says, "Oh, I'm happy." But I've come to the point where I realized just how lucky I was, and so for having her and being able to be alive to relish in it. So that's what I find that I'm thankful for. So I'm thankful for being alive and getting to relish in the fact that I had her love, and that this community in general is pretty fucking awesome. I'm grateful for my friends and my family. But my friends are my family. So, yeah.
Don't make me go after that.
Hey, I guess I didn't really think that one through. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll talk about what I'm grateful for another time.
No.
Yeah.
No. We ripped on Chris. You have to go. You have to say something because it doesn't matter. There's no judging. It's not like
really. We did judge. We totally judged. We judged and we shamed him.
We did. You better come up with another thing.
Now he's not talking.
Yeah, we're not done yet. But no, you have to, because really it's that whole just state of being, of gratefulness, of thankfulness is what brings the magic back into things. When you're like, yeah, give me that. I'm entitled. It's not the same. But when you're truly thankful, truly grateful for something, for someone, for an action, for something, everything just changes. I think that's what the true intent of praying before you eat was supposed to do. It's not necessarily praying, but it's giving thanks, and it helps to boost the energy that you receive from the food. And I don't know, but I don't know. It's hard to feel grateful, but I understand that. Yeah, so
the level of stoner in this room right now is so high.
It is, but please say something. What are you thankful for?
This sounds so cliche or whatever, but I'm really thankful for my family. I find great pleasure in my family, and safety and solitude and comfort, and life is always okay when I'm with my family. And so I'm very thankful for my family. And it's great when you get to create your family.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
See, so that was a good one. You did good.
Thank you.
Chris, come on. What are you thankful for, buddy? Come on, Chris.
Chris, we're grateful for you. We're thankful for you.
Yes, we're very thankful for you. And you, Sam.
And
our,
you,
our
Sam.
two producers.
Thank you. I love you guys.
You know, without you guys, we'd be sitting here with our thumbs in our ass, taking dabs and hugging it out. Well, probably not, because Georgia don't dab. But we could hug
And
it
I
out,
don't
though.
usually put my thumb in my ass either.
We could change that.
We wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and we're so very thankful that you guys listen to us every week and allow us to talk
to tarnish your eardrum. Oh yeah, if you're in Denver this weekend, stop by the Capitol this Saturday from 3 to probably 5:30, 6 o'clock. We'll be there for the rally and doing our Jenny Cush candlelight vigil. So come on out and smoke with us and light a candle and tell the Jenny story. This Saturday, Colorado Capitol Building, West Side Steps, 3 to 6 p.m.
Be there, be square.
You pay for the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge.
You're listening to Cannabis Radio. We'll see you.
Have a good night.